This is Faustino Oro, a 10-year-old prodigy of chess from Argentina. He is playing Levy Rosman. I have showed you games in the past where this kid has beaten Magnus Carlsen and beaten Hikaru Nakamura. Today, he destroys Levy Rosman. I'm going to show you this game and show you how he actually did it. So, Levy doesn't play his Caro-Kann, which is his main opening, interestingly enough, but he does play sort of a King's Indian. I don't really know what it's called because he puts his bishop here first. Normally, you'd put your knight to f6 first with a King's Indian, and his opponent also doesn't play c4, which is very common in that type of setup, but Levy just plays a6, which is a very interesting move, but it is a 3-minute game with increment, so they don't really have to worry about time. So, making it not super good move doesn't really matter because their time's so low. That's what I was trying to say. And Faustino castles. And Levy Rosman, the most popular YouTuber, puts his knight out attacking these pawns, and there's 2 defenders already. So that move does nothing, and Faustino can do whatever he wants. He plays h3, making some room, some luft as they call it, for the king, so he can run away if there's any back rank attacks. We have knight going to f6 now, attacking this pawn, and Faustino has to do something about it. He decides to defend with the queen. We have castles by Levy and c3 by Oro, and now Levy strikes in the center with e5, a very common way to play in the King's Indian. You'll play knight out, you'll castle this way, you'll put your bishop onto that square, and you normally put your knight here and here, but Levy decided to put his knight here and play here. So, not too different than a King's Indian. We have taking on e5, d takes e5 back, and rook slides over to d1, attacking the queen, and the queen just sidesteps to e7, knight develops onto d2, and now pawn goes to b5, attacking this bishop. The bishop drops back, and Levy just attacks with his knight, which is a really odd move because the knight's on the side of the board now. He wants to trade it off, but Faustino says no, and Levy makes a mistake right away. Putting his bishop on the diagonal sucks because it's never going to get this pawn. It's defended so much, and this is the only square it can go to. Can't go here, can't go here. And it's kind of just wastes a move. You kind of want to keep it on this diagonal here or something, so it has way more squares to look at. But it's alright, doesn't matter. He gets his knight attacked, and the knight has to drop back, because if it goes here or here, it gets taken. If it goes here, you go here, I go here, and I take your pawn. I'm up a pawn, and you should be winning at this level. We drop the knight back, though, and Levy just gets attacked on the side of the board. Faustino is very good at this. He's just pushing his pawns to the side because he has a 3-on-2 majority of the pawns that are actually developed. There's a pawn back here, so it's not really, but this knight's in the way, so it can't go forwards. We have knight dropping back, and that is not a good move, as you can see with the analysis bar. Faustino's almost up 2 points. He plays another great move, which is the only move in the position that continues to be winning. We have knight going to b3, and you can take, but then I take back with the rook. I open up my file, which is very good. Rook slides over to d1, rook f d8, sorry, not d1, d8, and now Faustino just develops his knight onto c5. We have bishop going to c6, and now Faustino's up 2.5 points right here. Very good advantage, but he doesn't see what he needed to see. He would have a free pawn if he were to play the best move, which would be rook takes, queen takes, knight takes here because the queen was defending. And if you took with this rook, I'll just show you real quick. If you took with the rook instead, then the best move is a takes b5, and you're just gonna crumble. So that's not what happened because he didn't see it, and instead he actually played bishop to g5. Not the best move. Rook takes d1, and rook takes d1. So I don't know why these things went on, but it's okay. Pawn goes to h6, attacking the bishop. Bishop takes f6. Bishop takes. Now rook slides back to a1, which is set a mistake, and it's back to equal. He's just trying to defend here. He probably should have taken. We have a5 now, which is very good for Levy because now he's not losing to a 10-year-old anymore. We have pawn takes, knight takes back, and now this knight can't really be taken. You can kind of try to attack it. Queen goes to c4, trying to set up some ideas somewhere. I don't really know what it's trying to do. Maybe queen to d3 is one of the best moves. After knight goes to d6, queen d3 is the best move. That's hilarious. Yep, that's exactly what's played. I don't know why he wouldn't just go there immediately, because his knight was still there. But it doesn't matter. We have we have a takes b5, and now rook takes, bishop takes, pawn takes on b4. Now bishop goes back to c6, and bishop a4. It's not dropping it because the knight's defending it. We have queen dropping back, bishop takes, queen takes, and now knight drops back to d2. This is an equal endgame. It should be completely drawing. Tiny chance for white, but that's literally nothing. And the bishop drops back, and Levy should be winning this because, I don't know, maybe not winning it, but it looks like he's in a better position because he has the bishop versus the knight pair. However, the knights are very tricky. They're defending each other. This pawn is not defended, however, so he has to defend it. Defends it with the queen, but also attacks here. So Levy has to defend it, but he defends it incorrectly. Not too bad, like half a point, probably because of this bishop can't get out. Maybe the best move was something like knight here. No, not knight there. I'm not sure. Maybe bishop here. I don't really know what the best move was. We have knight dropping back to d2, and now they're completely equalized because that's not a good move. He's not taking advantage of what just happened. We have queen going to c6, and the other queen goes to b6. Sorry, b3. I can't get my coordinates right today. We have a knight dropping back to f7 and knight dropping back to d3, and we need to take this pawn and promote ours. That's probably what's needing to happen, what he's trying to do. And now knight goes on to c4. He's also just defending with his knight, which is strong. And we have queen going to d4. Levy playing this very well. However, Levy is at 17 seconds and Faustino is at 18. They have a second. Every time they make a move, they get 1 second back. But he spent 3 seconds on that move, or 4 seconds, I guess. He's at 16 now. But he dropped back his knight to e3, and now queen takes e4. And it looks like Levy's doing good. However, knight to d5 is a very good move, hitting this bishop, hitting this pawn, and now Levy makes a bad mistake. Now, knight to c5 is such a good move, hitting this queen, and this knight's defended, and he's just toppling because his queen can't get back there. So queen to e1 is not the best move. Queen to f5 was the best move. He had to try to get back, but he cannot. And now king h2 is forced. We have queen takes f2, which looks like you're just winning a pawn and you should be okay. However, queen to a4 is the only move winning in this position, and he doesn't find it. Whoa. Queen to a4 is threatening this. He also doesn't have any time, and I just looked at the engines analysis for that. He only spent like 1 second on this move, so he didn't even go down any time. Knight to e6, and it looks pretty good because you're attacking here, and Levy, I guess, got scared and made a blunder going queen to d2, and it's actually checkmate forced after queen to a4 now because you're threatening to go here, and the king can no longer go here to defend against it, so queen to a4 is they can't find it. Queen to a4, they're at 3 seconds for Levy and 7 seconds for Faustino, so like, it's not too bad, but knight can take back, and now knight goes to f6. It's completely drawing, and neither of them really have a chance to win because they're trading down so much material. 1 pawn on 1 pawn, 3 pawns and 2 pawns. Up a pawn for black, so Levy Rosman has the chances of winning, but really it's not too much. We go knight back, and now king forwards, and knight takes c7. So I actually didn't realize that, but there's a check here. He got checked again. And Levy played the best moves, so he definitely didn't make a mistake right there. But now queen to f4 check, queen blocks on g3, and Levy doesn't trade off the queens. Levy is at 2 seconds, and Faustino Oro is at 5. Now he drops back his knight to attack the queen, seeing if Levy pre-moved something like this, which he didn't. Levy takes the queen, king takes back, and now it is completely drawing. 3 pawns on 3 pawns. However, this pawn is very good for Faustino. So, Levy tries to attack the knight drops backwards, knight goes into c6, we have pawn forwards, knight going to d4, attacking this pawn, and you can see the analysis bar already going up, and pawn goes forwards because it only has 2 squares left. You can still stop it, but knight goes in, defending this pawn, checking the king. No good for white. No good for black. Black goes king to c6 now, trying to defend against the square. However, he didn't see knight takes e5. The amazing move, giving away this pawn for free. You can take it. He took it. It's the best move. But now you lose this pawn. And because he has this pawn, it's a 2-on-1 with knights, and it's completely winning for white in this position. The king just runs up the board, doesn't give his pawns away, and now Levy's at 1 second. He really has no chance. King goes back to g5, attacking this knight, and the knight jumps back and pawn forwards. And Levy Rosman lost on time in this position, and he was probably going to lose anyways. Like, there's no chance Faustino loses this game. And a 10-year-old beat Gotham Chess. I can't believe it. Go spam him his comments. You lost to a 10-year-old on his Twitch stream. That would be hilarious. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.